Guys, if you're looking for a little bit of help on the IXL today, 8th grade X.9, here's some help on that one, solving and graphing multi-step inequalities. What I've done here is I've just kind of taken a picture of some of the problems you're going to see. So the graphing part will be, as it explains down there, it'll tell you how to do it. The draw array, plot the endpoint, so you click on like the key number, and then you'll select the arrow to the particular side you want to go. But the first thing you got to do is solve it. So just know that, again, it's not going to look like what you graph it when you're doing it on IXL, because I'm just going to graph it by hand here, but it'll be more kind of user-friendly on there, okay? Let's work on solving this inequality, though, and then we will graph it down below. So take a look at this one. N plus 8 divided by 2 is greater than or equal to 2. So we've seen some of these problems like this on IXL. We don't see as many in our class, but the first thing you're going to do, and I'll bring my work down here in a second, but again, think about PEMDAS, right? It's like I draw my line, and I circle my variable, and I kind of go, usually reverse PEMDAS is what I do. I like to add or subtract something when I can. But in this case, this is all in a big fraction. So since it's n plus 8 and all that divided by 2, again, I got to think about working backwards. The first thing we got to do is multiply everything by 2 to get rid of that fraction part. So I got to times both sides by 2, okay? Again, when I do that, what happens is, again, we've seen these problems kind of in this IXL with these fractions like this. We haven't seen as many in class, but IXL has shown us a lot of them. Well, the 2's will cancel, and so all I'll be left with, and again, now going down here just to make some more room, is that n plus 8 on this side. Again, when I do inverse operations, it usually cancels stuff out. That's what we're trying to do. And yep, it cancels the 2's. So now I just have the n plus 8 on that side, which is what I want. Okay, I'm getting closer to having just n by itself. On the other side, I still got greater than or equal to, and we have 4. 2 times 2 gives me 4. Once I clear that fraction, it all looks a lot smoother, right? It's just that first part. So again, when you see those, there again, there's a hint for what you can do to make that happen, okay? And then down here, still draw my line. Here's still my variable. So now I'm going to be subtracting 8 from both sides. It cancels out on this side. So n is greater than or equal to -4 is what you should get for this one. So when you get that, again, you'll turn in your work as always. And so you'll have on your work, you'll have that answer. And then you can go up here and graph it as well. So it looks like n is greater than or equal to -4. So that'd be a closed circle on -4. And you would be shading to the right. Again, on IXL, you probably just click on the -4. It'll give you options to select the closed circle. So make sure you select that. And then you'll select the arrow to the right. And then you'll click submit. And that will give you the answer. Okay? But I'm just going to go through a few here on the whiteboard for this video for you. Okay, here's another one. Again, I can see people having a little bit of trouble with. It's got a fraction as well. But first thing I'm going to do with it, since there's just one variable, here it is C, is I'm going to switch it around, as maybe you've seen in some of the other lessons. I like to just write with the variable on the left, so it's going to be C divided by 2 plus 1. And then it's got to be a less than now -1. So I'm going to switch it around so that the variable's on the left. I like that a lot better when we're doing these problems. And then when we get to the end, I don't have to flip it back around, so I think that's much easier to deal with, okay? Otherwise, then I'm still going to draw my line. And now in this case, again, just this is in a fraction, so see on the outside, though, is that +1. So that's what I'm going to want to get rid of in this case, is by subtracting 1 from both sides. So 1 minus 1 gives me nothing over here. I can bring the C divided by 2 down to the next line. -1 minus 1 gives me -2. Just be careful on that part, okay? Good. And then from here, now again, this is dividing, so we need to multiply both sides by 2. The 2's will cancel. I'll just be left with C, and that's less than -4. So C is less than -4 for this one. That would be an open circle, and then I'd be shading to the left on this one. Submit. This problem looks a little similar to the one we just did, but there's one small difference here that I'll talk about in a second, but let's start down here. In this one also, we don't have to switch everything right at the beginning just because the variable's already on the left. So that's kind of nice, but I'll just start going through my steps. Draw my line for the inequality. You'll add 1 to both sides. So I get U divided by -1 is greater than 2. Okay, and now take a look at this, right? Just like we've talked about this week, I have to multiply both sides by -1. And so when I do that, okay, when I multiply both sides by a negative like this, that's where I got to circle the inequality and drop an arrow down. Otherwise, you'd be graphing all the wrong answers, and IXL will tell you that you're wrong. But hopefully you've been starting to kind of catch on to that. If you haven't caught on before, that's okay. Like today now is probably the good day to start picking up on that. When you multiply or divide by negative, you got to turn the inequality around. So now it's going to be a less than. The negative ones will cancel, so just be u on this side, and I'll get negative 2 over here. So u is less than negative 2. And if you didn't do it, you'd be shading u is greater than negative 2, which would be shading all the wrong answers, and it would tell you that you're wrong every time you do that until you start picking up on it. So that is the one good, and obviously it's good and bad, but it really is the good thing to teach you on IXL. So u is less than negative 2 in this problem. Okay, here's one where you have to distribute as the first step, but again, actually the first step that I'm going to take care of, just because again I like that better, is to switch it around. Because when I can, we'll get to problems soon enough where it won't matter because there'll be a variable on both sides. But in the problems we're doing right now, okay, this would be a greater than now, I like to switch it to the variables on the left. Okay, then I don't have to switch it at the very end, and it just looks less confusing to me too, just what I'm used to in terms of when we solve them. Not that we can't solve them the other way, but it's just a little bit more familiar. Okay, 5 times n gives me 5n, because now I'm going to distribute, because I got the number outside the parentheses. So 5 times n gives me 5n, 5 times 6 gives me 30, that's greater than 10. There's what I've got so far. I'll keep my line going here, and I'll add 30 to both sides for this one. The 30s cancel out over there, so I just have 5n. On the right side, I've got 40 now. And then I'll divide both sides by 5, so n is greater than 8. Let me go up here to this graph. I got open circle on 8, and I'll shade to the greater than sign. Okay. Okay, and the last one I'll do here for you, and again, if it helps, right now pause the video and try it out yourself. If you're just looking at this one, you just need an example. But I'm hoping also maybe you just watch this video as you're working on the IXLs. Maybe you'll see one that was like one that you saw actually on your IXL, and maybe that'll kind of spur you along in terms of what you should be doing. Okay. First one thing I'm going to do on this one is, again, the variables on the left, or sorry, the variables on the right, I want it on the left side, so I'm going to switch everything around just to start. Negative 2, d minus 23 in parentheses. All that now is greater than, because as I switch everything around, I got to switch that sign around too, greater than 38. Now I can go ahead, and it's kind of like the last one I did here. First thing I'll do is distribute, but just keep an eye on it. You got negative 2 here. So see what happens when I get, when I distribute this. I get negative 2d, and remember this is negative 2 times, and I have to think of this like negative 23, so it's positive 46 when I'm all done. Okay, because the negatives will cancel there. We've seen that a lot this year, so we'll just kind of bringing back some things to review too. Good, so now at this point, I'm going to have to draw my line and subtract 46 from both sides, minus 46. These 46s will cancel. I'll get negative 2d over here. And on this side, I think I get negative 8 when I take care of those, okay? And now last step, I've got to divide everything by negative 2, right? And there it is. I'm dividing by a negative. So I need to circle my sign, bring it down, and I need to change it around. It was a greater than, but it's going to have to be a less than on this next line. D is less than positive 4. Okay? Otherwise, I'll be, again, getting all the wrong answers when I'm graphing. So D is less than positive 4. Open circle and shade to the left. Okay? Hopefully that helps. But again, email me or Zoom me or let me know if you're having any trouble, you guys. Okay? Good luck.